Well, I was thumbing through some old photos, and I think I have built an early immunity to bat-related viruses.
Huh. And?
Because I met Ozzy Osborne at your house.
Oh, wow.
That's true.
I don't even fucking remember.
You were
neither of us remember much from that night.
Yeah, you were how old at that point?
Well, I don't know. What year was it?
Ooh, well, I would say
93?
This. From looking
what year did that album come out?
It's about 93. I think that is right.
So then I'm 8.
You're 8?
No more tears!
Yeah.
That was when No More Tears was out. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Can you
So
sing
I'm
it
8
for
years
us,
old.
Ozzy, with a little reverb?
Can I say what?
Can you sing No More Tears?
No more tears! Sharon, wet it up a bit, will you?
Yeah, so Ozzy came to the house. That was the other weird thing growing up, probably in our house, is all these rock stars would come over because I had a recording studio.
In the garage.
Yeah, and Ozzy was strange by design. I mean, what you saw on the reality show is really who he was. Yeah. He's led around like a guy who barely knows where he is. Yeah. And when he arrived at our house, we had brought listeners, and they were blindfolded in a limousine because we didn't want them to know where we lived.
Jesus.
That's right. Yeah. And Ozzy had a rider for everything.
Yeah.
So the day he arrived, he was supposed to have a certain Starbucks latte.
Jesus.
And at Starbucks, even a basic latte can sound like a complicated, a tall double
half cup macchiato.
Yeah,
light syrup, no whip.
3 pumps, the whole thing. But his rider even said it had to be hot. It had to be at least 92 degrees or something. And so I remember the person in charge of getting the latte needed to be communicated with. I don't think we even had text back then. There were cell phones. But the person
had
to
hit you up for a rectal thermometer?
Well, they had to be communicated with that when Ozzy was at exit 34, that's the moment they would order the latte.
You have to be kidding.
Yeah, it would take 4 minutes to get there. And he got the latte and he sipped it and he was like,
Do you know the difference between an oral and a rectal thermometer? Is it?
What is it?
The taste.
The taste. All right. So do you remember being in there with Ozzy? And what did you think of that?
I remember everyone else being excited. I mean, I obviously didn't understand the context of his visit. But I remember him being on the phone, and I was like, oh, I'm not allowed to say most of those words.
That's true. That's true.
But this is what's funny to me, is like, did anyone say, like, hey, maybe don't bring your 8-year-old around the darkness of Prince, or, like the Prince of Darkness or whatever?
The Darkness of Prince is a different artist who's also died of a drug overdose. Yes.
Well,
Prince of Darkness.
No, the Prince of Darkness.
It's 1979, man.
It's a little before my time, but yeah.
Your parents had bad judgment. I mean, we also.
I mean, you never know what kind of hidden messages are in those songs and what kind of loose upbringing that has on a child. Well, the big story is the number one